Hey there. I felt like I needed to come on and do a little bit of a video today because the clients that I have sort of have a theme today. And I felt like Spirit was telling me that I needed to come in kind of talk about it a little bit. So in past videos, I've talked about how people's intended solution sort of tends to be their problem. Um, one of the themes today of some of the sessions, and a lot of them, for some reason, have involved people's relationships with their moms, particularly women's relationships with their moms, right? And their sort of sense of responsibility about having to tend to their moms, even if they realize that's probably not healthy, right? So the last person I just met with, she just left my office, and I said, I'm going to go on and make a YouTube video about this. So with her, she's younger, and she still lives with her mom, and she tends to be a person who tries to avoid conflict, but clearly in her family she tends to be the key peacekeeper, right? So she has taken on this role of when everybody's sort of getting ramped up, because the people in her family tend to have a quick temper. They're volatile and they get angry, and a lot we've sort of defined that as like a hurricane. So when they're in a place where they're worked up, they sort of get this hurricane, or even the tornado, right? You can tell when they're in that place when they're really worked up about something, and they come out, and you can see that they're in this whirlwind, they're in this tornado, like they want to be angry at something, at somebody. So I've been working with this client on how to not get sucked up into that hurricane, because when her mom in particular, when anybody, particularly her mom, is in that place where she's in that hurricane, this client feels like she needs to actually also get worked up into that hurricane, right? Because I said, well, why can't you kind of step back and say, that's your hurricane, I don't need to get sucked up into it. And it's because there's a lot of pull from her mom to, I need you, I'm in this hurricane, so you need to be here with me. And I said, okay, so why can't you just kind of step aside and kind of be like, I see that you're in a hurricane, but not get sucked up into it, like not accept that invitation. And she said, well, I feel like I need to, because somehow I can get in there with her and calm her down, right? So her intended solution is, I'm going to help my mom calm down by getting in the hurricane with her when she's in that place, right? So that's going to help her. And I said, okay, that's your intended solution. Like, how does that usually work? Does that calm your mom down? And so she's thinking about it. She's like, no, it probably actually makes her more aggravated and more agitated. And now we're both in the hurricane. So now I'm agitated and she's agitated. And I said, okay, so what you're saying is that you're thinking this is going to help and I need to do this because this is my job, but it's not actually calming her down. I said, what it seems like it's doing is you're actually sort of giving your mom a reason to be mad. Like, okay, if my mom's mad, and then I'm going to make her feel better by, if I get worked up with her, then her mom can actually target her and say, it's because you're like this and that's why I'm mad. So what she's actually doing is she's solving a different problem in her head, is that she's giving her mom an excuse. She's enabling her mom to have some place to target, to throw her anger at. So she's enabling her, and she's giving her a reason. It's okay, I can be mad because my daughter is contributing to this, and it's your fault. And that's what her family does. I guess there's a family dog. The family dog is peeing all over the house, and whenever the family dog is doing that, the mom says, you need to come take care of your dog. And so she allows herself to kind of get worked up in that. So I just wanted, that's sort of an example of something that, what I mean, your solution becomes more of a problem. And I think that people are not really, they need to kind of work out, and this is what we can do as part of the spiritual coaching, is really decide, what am I really resolving with my intended solution? And it's actually zapping my resources and it's pulling me in, and then I absorb other people's stuff. So I tend to find that the people I work with a lot try to take on other people's energy and stuff when they're in a bad place, thinking I'm going to help them with this, and it actually makes them feel worse. And she's actually in college, so it's kind of putting her in a place where she's not able to focus on her schoolwork because she's so worked up with this other stuff. and the way that that stuff manifests for her in particular when she absorbs other people's stuff is she gets this pain in her neck, and it kind of travels up the back of her neck, and then she gets frequent migraines, and sometimes she actually throws up. So if you can relate to any of this, this is certainly something that we can talk about and work through. These are things that present themselves. And a lot of times it's harder to do when you feel like people in your world, particularly a parent, when you feel like you're sort of responsible for them and it's your job to help them take care of their stuff and absorb their stuff because you're being loyal, or because you're their kid, or they're a sister or a brother, or a parent, whatever. This is stuff we can work with. It comes up all the time. So I just felt compelled to kind of come on and talk to you about that today. I would be honored if you kind of like or comment this particular post, and if you would hit the bell to subscribe so you can hear more of these as you come up. If this is something you can relate to, I can help you with it. Thanks.